Throughout this week, we are traveling to Key West and Boca Raton, live with you tomorrow. Rachel, of course, is soaking up the sun in Key West, but I am spending my final hours in Miami, Florida. And this is the view, folks, from the Hilton Bentley. Beautiful South Beach in front of us. But what I love is the fact that whether you stay downtown or here by the beach, everything is accessible and there is so much to do and enjoy. One of the big standouts for me in Miami is the vibrant culture. You have Little Havana just moments away where you're actually transported pretty much to the streets of Cuba. There's salsa, there's coffee, it's fantastic. Then you could go somewhere like the Windward Walls that you saw me travel to earlier. And that is an Instagrammer's paradise. Seriously, if you have an Instagram account, just do yourself a favor, book a flight and get down there. You'll have content for a year. Expect a lot from me upcoming. And transportation's a really easy thing, and that's what I love. Being a Vancouverite, I really appreciate when things are accessible. They have a free mover throughout Miami, so that will get you around. You can opt for a bike, and then you can opt to just soak in this epic view at your leisure.
And from an epic view like that to extreme cold warnings in the northern prairies, Ontario, and Quebec for wind chills this morning in the mid-40s. We'll break down why with Aaron Wengstern in just a sec, but let's bring you a little bit farther to the east. We are going to be impacted by snow squalls across southern Quebec and southeastern Ontario by this evening. It's all thanks to a cold front that is moving through, so watch out for some reduced visibility. Certainly going to take you longer to get home. Southern Ontario, just some flurries for now, but in the wake of that cold front, our winds switch. More of a northwesterly flow setting up, and that is going to usher in our lake effect snow engine starting up tonight and lasting tomorrow morning for southwestern Ontario. Your local forecast right around the corner, but first, as promised, Aaron Wengstern.
All right, it's going to be a frigid February for millions of Canadians, and it kind of starts off, funnily enough, with warm air, but it's in the wrong places. So we have it pushing past the Bering Sea. This warm air acts like a knife as it heads in towards the poles. It kind of weakens our polar vortex, so we get it kind of kicking out the coldest air from the poles, and it's being displaced further south over Canada throughout the month of February. So this really just acts like opening the floodgates. We see Arctic air spilling southward over February, and the coldest air really focusing across central and northern Canada. Temperatures in the -20s and 30s for weeks, and then down towards the south where we will be seasonably cool, but we'll get waves of bitter cold throughout the month. And wherever that Arctic air really sets up, we get an active storm track along the boundary, so we get a lot of snowfall potential throughout BC, especially for the mountain ranges throughout Alberta and in towards Atlantic Canada for the first week of February. But going in towards the mid parts of the month, we start to see that ridge building over the west instead, so they'll get a bit of a break from the extreme cold across Alberta, but the cold really gets enforced across the eastern prairies in through Ontario, Quebec, and Atlantic Canada.